heal yourself happy and welcome to my kitchen. Today I am going to be using this amazing vegetable. Now it's often thought of as fruit, but actually it is a vegetable and it's rhubarb, and I've got this enormous stash here given to me by my friend yesterday when I went round. It's one of my really favourite recipes. It's one that my mum used to cook and always have in the fridge when it's in season, which is around about now, so we are in July, so summertime. One important thing to notice, you mustn't eat the leaves. It can be really poisonous, so you need to chop off both the ends here and wash it. Now sometimes it can be really woody, so you might want to strim it a bit. But today I'm going to be making this compote and I'm going to make it refined sugar free, so we're only literally going to be using a bit of ginger, a bit of orange and some maple syrup to sweeten it because it's actually quite sweet anyway. I'm going to boil that all up and then it's absolutely delicious on loads of different things. So it will be delicious on your morning oats rather than the apple one. It's also going to be really nice on just yogurt as a snack or with some granola. You can put it with pork, you can put it with mackerel. It goes with so many delicious fruits and meals, so you can use it all the time. Now it's really good for you as well, and at the moment we're talking about the topic of gut health. So the reason why rhubarb is so good for your gut is it's so full of fibre, so obviously that helps keep things flowing through. It's got loads of really good vitamin C and K, lots of minerals like calcium and potassium, which are all round good for you. So I am going to take a little bit of time chopping these bits up, and then I'll come straight back and show you what we're going to do next. Right, so I'm back. I've chopped up my mammoth pile of rhubarb, and I've chopped it all up in here. Can you probably see like that? So that's about 1.5 kilos that turned out to be, 1.5 kilos, and I've chopped them up into about half centimetre to centimetre chunks. So some are a bit thinner like that, some are a bit thicker like that. So really roughly chopped, and then put them in your pan. And then I forgot to show, sorry, about 200 mils of maple syrup, about 180, between 180 mils and 200, depending on how sweet you want it. I don't like it too sweet because I think it's sweet enough. But I've put about 180 mils of organic maple syrup in there just to sweeten it a little bit. Now the next thing I'm going to put in is some orange juice, so some fresh orange juice. I've got 3 oranges. I've just grated it, so you can see a bit of grated orange juice in there, and I'm just going to put the last orange in. I think rhubarb and orange is such a delicious taste. Obviously with the orange you're getting even more vitamin C in there, beta carotene, good for your immunity as well. So all of this is really good to fight inflammation, because the next thing I'm going to put in is some root ginger. So I've got a little bit of, now this is frozen because it just makes it so much easier to grate and then you don't have to peel it. So I'm going to just, excuse me, while I turn it a little bit, just going to grate, up to a tablespoon per 500 kilos. So I'm just going to grate this. So about 3 tablespoons, I think. Because ginger is just so good for fighting inflammation, really good for your digestion, also helps with your metabolism, so if you want to lose a little bit of weight, it's really good. Also good for lowering blood sugar as well. So get a good bit of grated ginger in here. If you don't have the root ginger, you can use ground ginger, but I would say probably for this I would use probably 1 to 2 teaspoons of ground ginger in here. So I love ginger, so I put probably quite a lot. I was going to say about 3 tablespoons, but I've probably got a little bit more than that, but never mind. I love it. So we're going to put all of this in now into the pan, and this is the juice of 3 oranges with the zest. I'm going to pop that in there as well, and then I'm just going to slowly bring that up to the boil. Here we go. Slowly bring that up to the boil. Probably need to stir it while it's coming up to the boil, and then when it's boiling we're going to simmer it as well. So I'll come back when it's at that point. Right, so this is now boiling now, just bubbling, and it's just beginning to soften, and you can see all the water is coming out of the rhubarb, and there's quite a lot of mixture in there now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down the heat And I'm going to let that simmer because what we want is a nice soft fruit for the compote. So let's just put the lid on and then turn that down to about 4. And I'm going to let that simmer. Now I had a few stalks left, so I'm going to chop them up into kind of like 5 centimetre pieces, and I'm just going to pop those in the fridge because I've got a little thought for a recipe that I'm going to do with some pork loin, and I'm going to do some roast rhubarb with that. So I'm going to keep that in the fridge for tomorrow and do that then. What else? There was something else I wanted to say as well. Can't remember. Anyway, I'm sure it'll come back to me. So I'll come back when that is all ready and show you what it should look like. So after about 20 minutes, this was really getting soft. So I took the lid off and I raised the heat again. So this has been bubbling really, really nicely now for about 10 minutes. And you can see it's quite a nice runny consistency. I'm just going to show you this. It's quite a nice, oh, hang on. And very soft. All the fruit, can you see, is really soft. If I run that down, you can see it's nice and soft and gone to a lovely texture. So that is perfect now as a compote, and all we need to do is just remove that from the heat and let that cool down. You can keep that in jars in your fridge, and you can get, as I said right at the very beginning, you can use that in a lot of different ways. So delicious on yogurt, delicious on your granola, really nice just with fruit. You can put it with pork as a sauce, just really, really tasty and so good for your tummies and a really yummy snack. So I'm going to let that cool down and then I will show you a picture of what it looks like. I really hope you enjoy that. If you've enjoyed this recipe, oh, I'm being steamed down. If you've enjoyed this recipe, then I will put all of the ingredients and exact quantities in a recipe card and put them on the Heal Yourself Happy Hub. If you're not a member of the Heal Yourself Happy Hub, then please go to my website, Heal Yourself Happy, and go to the online membership, and you'll find all the details on how to join us in there. And I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you all soon. Thank you. Hello, good morning. I thought I would just show you what I'm going to make for my breakfast this morning because I'm in a rush, and this is a really great breakfast to have when you're in a rush and you're not sure when you're going to have your lunch. So I've got my overnight oats here. I'm just going to put a couple of spoonfuls in there. I've got some yogurt. So I've recently found out that I'm intolerant to dairy, so I've got some plant-based yogurt, but you can use any good yogurt. I used to love the Fahey one, which has got loads of protein in and lots of probiotics in. So I'm going to add a little bit of yogurt, spoons of that. And then here we go. This is my jar of rhubarb compote that I made last night. It's been in the fridge, and I'm going to put a little bit of that on there as well. Yeah, look at that. So that is really yummy. I did a taste test last night. It's really good. And one thing that is really delicious with rhubarb is strawberries. So I've got some local strawberries here. I've just chopped up. I'm going to pop over the top. And that is my delicious breakfast on the run this morning. See you soon.